Hey guys, to mount the headboard, you're gonna need a stud finder, tape, a pencil, a drill, a 1/8 drill bit, and a Phillips bit. And of course, a tape measure. So the first thing you wanna do is to find the center of your bed frame using your tape measure. And then you wanna mark it with a piece of tape. Next, you want to measure up using one of these equations. So once you measure up, you want to put a piece of tape across and just eyeball it level for now. So I've gone ahead and measured up from the floor and marked the height. Now for this next step, you're gonna draw a level line. You can use the cleat. Make sure the flat end is on it. You're gonna put it at the bottom of the cleat on your mark. And I'm just using the measure app on my iPhone. And look at that, perfect level. Then you're going to draw on your tape. That way you're not coloring your walls. And there you go, you got your level line. Next, you want to use your stud finder and find the studs in the wall. So this is my prototype cleat. So it's a lot longer than the one that is provided, and it's overkill, honestly. So I've shrunk it, but it's still long enough that you should hit 2 studs. But in my case, mine's gonna hit 3 studs. Now make sure on your level line that you put a vertical mark that is your center, because it is important when we go on to the cleat that has the center marked to measure where our drill holes are going to need to be. Now you're going to take your drill and you're going to put your 1/8 drill bit on, and you're going to pre-drill each one of these studs. I already have done this. This is, like I said, this is my prototype. So this video I'm making after the fact that I mounted it. Next, you're gonna measure from your center line over to your drilled studs. And then, so that one was 1 inch over from the center. So what I would do is take my center on my cleat and measure 1 inch over here, and I would pre-drill. There'll be a line on your cleat, and I would pre-drill through that line 1 inch over from center. And to show you another example, we'll measure from center over to this stud where we have drilled it, and it is 15 1/8. So I would take my cleat, measure from center over 15 1/8, and then I would drill my hole. Now after everything is pre-drilled, what I like to do is I like to take my cleat and feed my screws through so that they're sticking out just a tad bit. Make sure the side that says towards the wall faces away from you, faces towards the wall. But I like to feed them through like that, just so it makes it a lot easier to match up the holes. And again, this was my prototype. I used structural screws that were complete overkill. Each one of these is gauged for, I think, 80 pounds. So with 3 of them, that'd be 240 pounds, and this headboard only weighs 35 pounds. So complete overkill. The provided screws will do just fine for what you're doing. And these do not have a flat top like the screws that I've provided, I've switched to. So since these do not have a flat top, the headboard doesn't sit flush. So if you do want to switch out your screws, make sure you get a screw with the flat top. Next, you want to remove your tape. And you should have your pre-drilled holes right there. Make sure your cleat is facing the proper direction with the angled cut facing up and the towards the wall. You're going to match up these holes. And you get your headboard and it'll slide right over that cleat. And you can slide it left to right on this cleat to get it centered over your bed. And then you can drape on your LED lights and you're good to go.